Hi, it's Miss Heather from Conservatory of the Ozarks, and I'm here at my house this evening. I finished all my lessons for the day and just wanted to do a little update video about how things are going for me this week. So this is just more of a personal update video today. And I don't know, my personal life is so wrapped up in the conservatory, though, it's hard to separate them sometimes. But this is my new house, and I thought I would just share it with everybody right now. Well, it looks the worst, hopefully, that it will ever look. And then maybe I can do another video when it hopefully looks better than this. So there are boxes everywhere. It's really messy and really dirty and really in bad shape right now. So it's just been like, I feel so buried and overwhelmed by my life right now because, you know, I thought the conservatory was going to close last week, and then I thought we'd be moving into this house, and then I would just be moving my studio here because the conservatory would be closing, and it would be a nice clean break, and it would be really sad, but it would also be simple. And then we got a second chance since our generous donors have enabled us to stay open and not just have my dream die. So I'm really grateful for that. But it's a lot to suddenly change gears and be like, oh, we're not closing tomorrow anymore. And to try to figure all of that out, plus move, plus figure out, okay, which teachers are staying, which ones aren't, and like, how are we going to spend this money that's been donated in the most responsible way possible. And then also, I just happen to have my new assistant Leslie starting because Miss Alyssa couldn't do it anymore, and so trying to show her how to do everything, and at the same time moving. It's just been like a lot. It's actually all stuff that I'm happy and excited about. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that, where like everything you have to do in your life is things that you enjoy, things you're happy about, things that are fun, but there are just so many of them that you feel like you're buried under a mountain and it's hard to enjoy it because you just don't know how you can get through all of it. But this is the house part of it, and I'm trying to focus on everything I have to be grateful for because I have so much to be grateful for. I feel bad to be complaining at all. So I'll just give a little backstory on this moving situation. So I know it's a little backwards, out of order, but my boyfriend and I did end up moving in together even though we're not married yet. And that's, you know, just how things worked out for me. And so we were living in this house that was a cute mid-century house, like a small house, in an okay part of town, but not like a great part of town. And we liked it. We really like older homes, like probably 60s or earlier. And so we really enjoyed like the character of the house, the quirkiness of it, and kind of that it's not just perfect and that not all the houses in the neighborhood were exactly the same, that kind of thing. And we were just, you know, making it our own and living our lives and everything. It was just a few minutes away from my work, and we had moved in about 2.5 years ago, I think, something like that maybe. And then this house, just one door down from us, we happened to see a for sale sign on it. And Robbie, he's always into real estate and money and numbers and things like that. So he was like, I'm just gonna look that up and see how much they got for that house. So he looked it up and saw how much it sold for. And we were both like, what? That is a lot more than we paid for this house. And that house seems like pretty similar to our house. So I was like, we need to call our realtor, Amy, and Amy Malaya here in Springfield. She's just great. But I was like, we should just call her and see, like, what could we get for this house? I was like, I don't want to move at all, but it would just be interesting to see, like, could we really make that kind of a profit like they did? So we called her and she came over, and I really thought she was going to be like, oh, well, that house actually has like a lot more square footage than yours, or it has like these special things about it that your house doesn't have, so you're not going to be able to get nearly that much money. But she came over and she's like, yeah, no, housing prices have just shot up in Springfield, and especially in the area where we lived, because of some different things that were going on in that area. And our price bracket. There weren't a lot of houses in our price bracket. So we were just like, we don't want to leave this house. We don't want to move. But, I mean, it seems like probably you don't want to miss out on a chance to make a good profit on your house, especially when you weren't even trying to flip it or anything. So we put all our stuff, not all our stuff, but like as much stuff as we could live without for like a few weeks, into storage to just kind of make it look more empty. And I staged it with some furniture that we got down in Branson, because Katie, my friend, she knows of this place where they just sell used furniture from hotels. So they had this furniture from some Ritz-Carlton hotel that they were redoing their furniture, so it was like super cheap. It's used, but I mean, it looks fine to me, good enough for me. So we, you know, staged the house with that, got everything ready. Amy had her photographer come over, typed up the listing, everything was ready to go, but Amy wouldn't let us put our house for sale till we had made an offer on a house we loved and had that offer accepted, because houses are selling so fast right now. Like our neighbor whose house I mentioned before, they sold, I think, in like 3 hours and had multiple offers and got above their asking price. So she's like, if you put your house on the market first, you're going to end up being homeless. And, you know, then what are you going to do? So we made an offer on 3 different houses that we liked, and all 3 times we got turned down because they all had multiple offers, and you know, ours was contingent upon selling our house, and Robbie has a VA loan and that has special rules and stuff, so our offer was like weaker and we never were the first one in. So we were starting to get kind of discouraged about it. Especially after putting so much work and time, and then you get emotionally invested in this house that you want, and then, oh, just kidding, you can't have it. So, like, there was one house that had been on the market for, I forget, like 6 months and hadn't had any offers, and the day we put our offer in, like, somebody else put one in too. You know, it just seemed like the world was against us. But it's so funny how that works sometimes, whether you believe it's God or luck or the universe or just a coincidence or whatever. I mean, sometimes it's funny how things just seem to come together like how they were meant to be, because this house that we found, I feel like if we had looked at it any sooner, we would have just walked away from it, because it was built in like 2005 and we would have been like, ew, no, we're not even going to look at it. We don't want a cookie cutter house in a soulless subdivision of, you know, 2000s built houses, because we hate them. And it's like, no, that's not what we're looking for. It's bigger than what we need. Da 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 da. But by the time we looked at this house, because when we started looking at houses, I thought the conservatory was going to be okay still, because it was, you know, at the end of the summer, and I was expecting an upswing in business at any moment. And by the time we got to where we saw this house, I had realized, oh, I told everybody we're going to have to be closing, and I was like, we have to find a house where I can move my studio, because, and I was like, wow, good thing we were looking to move, because there's no way I could teach out of the house we have now. It's very small. And so this house had the walkout basement with a private entrance and plenty of room to move all my music books and my pianos and everything, and it would be fine. And we never even would have found this house because Robbie just kept watching like the number dwindle. The houses in our price bracket and in the area of town we wanted, like it started out at, I don't know, like 30, and then it went down to like 26, and then it just like kept getting like to be a smaller and smaller number. And I was like, wow, there's like nothing left that we even want to see. What are we gonna do? And then the only reason we saw this house is because Robbie just was on it. Like every day he was scouring the market, like checking to see like what all is available, what's new on the market. And he saw this house after it had been listed for like 20 minutes that morning. And I was like, oh my goodness, we need to go look at that immediately. We went and looked at it, and I think we made an offer on it like in an hour. We looked at it for like maybe 15 minutes, and I was like, okay, right now, let's go make the offer right now, because otherwise if we're not the first ones, we're gonna lose it. And we were the first ones, so I'm sure that's the only reason that they took our offer, was because we were first and we gave them a time limit. And then we had 72 hours to get our house under contract. If we didn't get our house under contract in 72 hours, then they could take a different offer on this house. So we like listed our house that afternoon, and like within, I don't even think it was a whole hour, somebody had wanted to already to come see it. And the first people who came to look at our house were in our same boat. They'd had 3 offers rejected, and it was their first home they were buying. And so they made a full price offer, and they had a 20% down payment and everything. And it would have been nice because there were other people who wanted to come look at it. So it's like, well, we could wait like a few more hours, like 24 hours, and see how many offers we get, to see if we could get above asking. But I was like, and Robbie, I think we were both on the same page. It's like, we don't want to lose this house for the chance of maybe making like a couple more $1,000s on the sale. We're already making more than we deserve to make. So we just took that offer. And it was kind of a bumpy road. You know, everything is so backed up right now. It takes forever to get a solid answer about your funding and the buyer's funding and the inspections and like the repairs that you have to make for the buyer and the repairs that the seller is supposed to make for you, and like everything coming together, like all the construction workers and all the suppliers for the construction workers and all the title companies and all the mortgage companies are all really backed up and behind right now. So you're like, my closing date's getting really close and I still don't know for sure about all these things. But it all came together and it was all okay, and we moved in. We had to pack up our truck on Tuesday. And then we had to leave our house on Wednesday with nothing left in it, and take our keys to the closing at 3, sell the house, give the keys to the new owners, be homeless for a few minutes, and then buy the other house, and then take our truck to the new house on Wednesday. So it's like quite the process. That's what you have to do when you're kind of, you know, poorsies like us. You can't just afford to move out and have a second mortgage and get yourself all settled in your house and then be like, okay, now I'll just sell my house at my leisure. So that's what we did, and now everything is here, and now we just have these piles of boxes, and it's like I haven't had a chance really to do hardly anything. Most everything that's unpacked was because Michelle, who helps with the cleaning at the conservatory and here, came in, was so nice to help unpack some of these boxes, and I never would have got them packed even on time. But like Bernice and Lauren, a couple of my students from the conservatory, and Michelle all came and helped me pack because I was just so behind. So I was working on the conservatory's budgets with all my spare time, like since we've moved in, trying to figure out the money situation, and you know, trying to get some new pianos purchased and moved in to replace the ones that I sold because I thought we were closing. And I interviewed a new teacher this morning, like, and then I was teaching all my lessons, so it's like, no time to unpack. So I guess it's maybe a waste of time to make this video, but instead of just unpacking, but it kind of makes me feel better to talk about how frustrated I'm feeling right now. And then I figure I can look back and remember what this was like after everything is unpacked and organized and I'm feeling better. So anyways, maybe we can start the tour now that I've talked and talked and talked. I'll start at the front door. So this is the front of the house, and I have to say, like, I'm so grateful to be living in this house. I'm so grateful that we got this house. I know there are lots of bigger, fancier, nicer houses out there than this, but this is by far like the nicest house I've ever lived in, and same for Robbie. The biggest, the nicest one ever. And it's not like I never would have thought I would be able to live in a house like as nice as this is, or in a neighborhood as nice as this. Like, if you could see the, you know, the houses that I lived in growing up, it was nothing even close to any of the houses in this neighborhood, like not even the baddest ones. So I'm really grateful, and it's also a really big jump from the house we were in before. It's not like you wouldn't expect to move from a house in that price bracket and that size bracket to a house like this. Is like a really big jump for us, and we just got so blessed or lucky or whatever you want to call it for that to come together like it did. It's just like I say, we didn't really deserve it or earn it. It just was how the timing with the coronavirus making the interest rates lower, and then the Wonders of Wildlife getting finished and boosting property values in the neighborhood, and they were expanding the Greenway Trail right by the house. It just happened for us, just like on a silver platter. So anyways, this is our house, and the thing that I so love about this house, and I wish I was filming this during the day because then you could see better, the backyard ends at the Greenway Trail. And the upstairs windows, you look out, you just see treetops. That's it. You can't see any neighbors' houses. Right over here, well, all you can see is darkness right now, but that is the trailhead for the Greenway Trail right here. And there's a whole lot right there where there should be a house, but there's no house there because it's just a community area that we don't have to maintain, but it feels like our yard is like twice as big as everybody else's. Just like I say, just handed to us, just like we don't have to pay for it, we don't have to pay extra for it, it's just there. And this, all of the fall decor, I won at our church's fall festival yesterday. I'm so excited to have these big beautiful mums and pumpkins and the little door sign and stuff. So it's like, even though it's a newer home, like I really like this window. It's like a pretty arched window. So I think the house does still have some decent personality, even though it is, you know, kind of a new cookie cutter kind of house. That's our little front porch seating area. And then in the front door, this first room, I'm just gonna close the door because Robbie, you know, is playing his computer things that he does in there. But this room with the pretty window, this is gonna be Robbie's office right now because he has to work from home right now. And after we get married, we're going to try for a baby like right away. And so if we have a baby, that will be the baby's room. And then Robbie will get kicked out and have to move his office downstairs because that's the only bedroom upstairs. But, you know, planning for a baby is tricky because just because you decide you're ready to have one doesn't mean you're going to have one for sure. But who knows? It's like I just wanted a house that could accommodate that. If it happens, we'll be ready for it. If it doesn't, then we'll have extra room, I guess. This is a linen cupboard and no coat closet. This big house has no coat closet, so that's kind of sad. This is the guest bathroom. It has like something wrong with the toilet, so that's too bad. This is the hallway. Not very like grand or anything, but then this is the downstairs. I love that little ledge where you can put some cute things, and our realtor gave us the cute little picture frame and the wheat, and I won some of the other fall items there at our church, I think, yesterday. And this is the living room. big giant mess with the TV on the floor and all my plants just strewn about everywhere. This is the kitchen. That giant pile of boxes. Random furniture. More of the kitchen. So, I am disappointed that there's not a coat closet. That was one thing I really wanted. I guess it's a weird thing to want, but our old house didn't have one either, and I wished for one in our new house. And I was so surprised that like a big house like this would not have a coat closet, and it doesn't have a dining room. It just has this like eat-in kind of space in the kitchen, which is fine. I just like having a like separate formal dining room. Bedroom. Oh, look at this. I just feel so stressed out looking at it. It's so bad. We don't have a dresser right now, so we have to like find a dresser somehow. And this is the bathroom. This master suite though was like another huge selling point for me. This and the Greenway Trail. Because look, it has, I know it's not the most beautiful or stylish thing right now, but it has a jacuzzi tub. It has like those little drain marks. So that's kind of too bad because it's kind of old now. And I know they're not really like the stylish thing to have now. It seems like everybody wants to have those freestanding soaker tubs. But I love those with the jets, so I'm really excited. And my friends Katie and Lauren gave me some lavender bath, bubble bath and bath oil and candles and stuff to help me relax. And so that's been really nice. And this closet, look at this. It's not a walk-in closet. It's a walk-through closet. So you can walk in from here or from the bathroom over there. I'm in love with this bedroom area because of that. So like you could close this door and it's like you just have everything you need right here. You have your bathroom, your closet, everything. And what I would love to do if we get a bunch of money ever, to turn that window into a set of French doors and make the balcony out there go all the way across the back, because wouldn't that be amazing to just walk onto your balcony in the morning? I think that sounds amazing. That's the utility room back there and the garage. And like it has a 3-car garage, which is way more than we need because we don't have 3 cars. But like I say, I just feel like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I get to live here. I feel so lucky that this has just happened to work out for us. It's amazing. This is the balcony. So you can see it's not that big, but it's really nice. And during the day out here, you can't tell it all right now because it's so dark, but all you can see are trees. You can't see any of the neighbors. You can hear the highway traffic from James River. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but you hear all the bugs and frogs and stuff, so I really like that. And that's the bedroom window, so it's like if you could put the balcony out that way, that would be so cute. And then if you put the balcony out this way and put French doors in the living room too, you know, I think that would be really neat. It would let in a lot more of the light and a lot more of the view. I feel like if I built this house, I would have put way more big windows because the view is such a big selling point. I don't see a lot of houses in Springfield that have such a great view like this. And I love the fireplace, and it's the kind where you just flip a switch and turn it on. No cleanup. So I like that. And I like the wood floors also. Now down here, this was, oh yeah, and it has really tall ceilings, which I like. I don't know if you can really tell that in the video, but this was supposed to be the new Conservatory of the Ozarks down here. This was going to be my new studio. So there's a fireplace, just exactly like the one upstairs. And I was going to put here my piano, and I was going to put up there my other baby grand piano. So down here I would teach my lessons, build a wall right here. And then down here I'd put all my music books and everything and have my students come in the back entrance, and I just would have to build a sidewalk so they could get in safely, or if they had a stroller or a wheelchair or anything like that, then that way they could get in with no problem. And then this would have been the waiting area. And that's my bike. And then out here, I thought I could set up just some like patio furniture. So if the weather was nice and people were out here waiting for their student or waiting for their turn, and they could like sit out here and wait. But now, I'm not totally sure what we're gonna do with it. But it's nice to know that it's here for just in case, because like, what if the conservatory still does end up going under? Like, at least I don't have to be worried, like, oh, now it went under and I have nowhere I can put my pianos. Or like if I did have a baby and I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep the conservatory open, but I'm gonna move my piano here and just teach my own students out of my home for the next 3 months or whatever. You know, it's nice to, I guess, have the flexibility. Then this bedroom, this will be Robbie's office if we have a baby. And I guess maybe a guest bedroom. Maybe it can double as both. And these rooms have nice big closets. So I'm really thankful for that. And then, so if you have company, you know, they have their own little kitchen area. Robbie loves having people over, loves entertaining, so he really wants us to turn this whole downstairs area into a place with like a TV and games and, you know, snacks and things, so we can have people over and they can all have a really fun time hanging out here. So I can still have my students over here even if I don't teach out of here. This is going to be our workout room. And Robbie's already put his trainer thing down here. That's the whole of our workout room so far. I'm going to look on Facebook Marketplace to find a used treadmill. I used to have a treadmill in my home and I loved that. Because I don't have to go anywhere and I could just watch a show and go jogging or walking on the treadmill. This is the guest bathroom. Nothing special, just a normal bathroom. And then, can you believe there's still more rooms? It's like, it just goes on and on. This hallway, so this, Robbie wants to turn this into a secret playroom that my niece and nephews can use. Because that's what they did before, like they let their kids just use this as like a hideout. Because see, it gets really short back there. And he was like, oh, they'll have so much fun playing in that. Or you could store your Christmas trees or something down there. This, I thought, was the perfect place for me to put all of my music books if this was my studio. It's like great for storing music books. But I'll find something else to put in there instead. And then this is just like the water heater or something. And this is supposed to serve as a like a storm shelter for tornadoes. I'll probably put some shelves. Well, I won't. I'll ask Robbie to put some shelves in there, and then he can, you know, it could be extra storage. And then this is the last room. This is my new gift wrapping room. Way bigger than my old gift wrapping room. And I can't believe all of this stuff was in my old gift wrapping room. It just seems like it gets so much bigger whenever it's in boxes, I guess. And like not even all my furniture could fit in here right now. Well, it's not assembled and well, everything's in boxes. So the big gift wrapping table is out there still. And this has this really nice big closet so I can put shelves. And then I can, like I like to have a bin for each person who I usually buy gifts for. And that way if I find something on sale, I can just put like whatever time of the year it is, like, oh, I found something that I know my mom will like, I'll put it in her bin, and then when it's her birthday or Mother's Day or Christmas or whatever, if I have been collecting things for her, then I can find them easily and choose if I want to give any of those to her for that holiday. So, and that'll be so nice because it'll be a closet and I can just close the door. So no nosy people can go looking in there, hopefully. And that's my gift wrapping table that's just randomly sitting out here so far. So that's everything, I think, for now. And then maybe I can do, I don't know if I locked this, but this is another thing. It's like so many doors now. I'm like, we need to be careful to remember to keep all the doors locked, because now there's a lot of them to remember. And you could just leave them unlocked accidentally. See, there's the little cute shelf. Our realtor gave us that cute sign and that little wheat bundle. So that's everything. Anyways, that was a really long video. Sorry to just keep talking, but you know, if it's too much talking, you can always just stop watching the video. So I don't feel that bad, I guess. I hope everybody has a good night, and hope everybody else's house is cleaner than mine right now. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.